The GOAT Faker is absolutely obsessed with Zed at the moment. As you guys can see, he has been spamming this in solo queue. Undefeated as of yet. Up into an Orianna today. So with the introduction of course, Fearless Draft, I expect to maybe see when we get to Worlds and MSI, in these best of fives that go the distance, players like Faker, players like Chove that have deep champion pools, to start, even Zeka, who actually has played it this year, you're able to start introducing some of these really niche picks like Zed. Level 1 into the Orianna. We start the Dorrance. Faker, of course. We've all seen his Zed outplay on Ryu back in season, I think 3? Maybe 2? Like, it was a long time ago. Dominating with these Qs early. Zed is actually situated pretty strong in the meta right now, especially with these Bruiser items. So the Q goes wide. T1 situated around about 3rd in the LCK right now. We have Gen G undefeated, Hanwha like 11-2 or something, and then T1 and Nongshim battling it out in the middle places. I haven't declared Gen G for Worlds yet. I know I do it every year, but I haven't declared them. Maybe if I don't, Chovy will finally win the crown. So we get level 3. We miss the Q2. Orianna seeing so much play in high elo right now. She's one of the best control mages. And you'll pretty much see every single high elo mid laner spamming a lot of Orianna, just because of how solid and steady it is. We might be able to get this lane in. Hopefully get to see a level 6 all in. Zed completely counters Ori. Okay, as she gets an assist on that stupid jungler. Because you're able to dodge out on the ultimate later on as we get a Lulu gank. We're gonna miss the cannon. Oh, this is just what's wrong with mid lane. Is that you have to deal with these level 3 supports just roaming, or level 2 even, roaming into your stupid lane. Oh. Faker says, come here, Lulu. Orianna going way low on mana. On Zed and Z99, hovering around about Challenger. Okay. Lane is saved. Thank you, Soraka. One more heal for Daddy. Thank you. Gonna be interested in seeing the build path. Probably going... Oh, I can't seem to land these Qs with the shadow. But you're able to synergize this with really nice AP junglers like the Nidalee, like Rumble Top as well. Take a little bit of poke damage there. Can you just get out of my lane, Lulu? Should be able to put Ori on a bad base timer. Of course, both mid lane is running the teleport. Not really able to run anything else in high elo. Faker at the moment. 1000 LP Grandmaster. He's been smurfing it up though. Like his last 20 games, I think he's like 14 wins, 6 losses. Completely dominating solo queue. Gets the pickaxe. TP backs into the lane. Interesting visual. Praying we see a level 6 all in. He's going for the Conqueror setup as well. Orianna getting the phase rush, moving around. I feel like we might have a slight level lead just because of how the enemy have been sitting in our lane. Should be 6 maybe on next wave. No ignite though. So we're gonna have to use a little bit of poke beforehand to get that all in. Gets it, moves in, hits level 6, auto, Q. Orianna at half health. W up in 5 seconds. And Baker just goes for it. Alt. WQ. Oh my god, bro. He's smooth as butter. Orianna didn't even flash. She just accepted her fate. And now we're on to the Nocturne. W in 5. He flashes. Flash for flash. Qs. Not able to take him down, but gonna get that base in. So we have the Gwen in the top lane. Gwen at the moment is like tier 1 in pro play. Like, she's pickle ban. The champion is absolutely ridiculous. Pretty much guaranteeing a 1 lane and a 1v9. Gwen's really good at like preventing dives as well. So in pro play, she's so prominent. Still haven't had the Faker vs Doper matchup yet, but I'll keep you guys posted for it. Hopefully more of a laid-back review today. Watched the Gen G game earlier. Absolutely banger series against Hanwha. Won't spoil it. Probably already have, to be honest, but anyways. Ultimate up in 50 seconds. With an Ezreal mid, you're looking to put him into the mid lane at around about 14 minutes when plates diminish, and then you just sit in the side lane. And when you have a long side lane into something like an Orianna, guys, it gives you so much more space to, number one, freeze the lane if you want and get a minion lead, or just look for those all-ins. That's why whenever you get these assassins, I always say, like, get into the side lane as soon as possible. Because that's where, number one, your bot lane are going to be most safe and being able to move around because the support can then do whatever she wants. Or he. But also you're able to go for those solo kills or push your lead. I'm actually loving the game at the moment. A lot of the mid lane item changes have been pretty good for me. Next patch we're seeing another buff to Twisted Fate. We're also seeing a buff to Kassadin. AP Twitch is making a resurgence. Every Wednesday before the week of the patch, Riot Froxon puts out a little bit of a balance update on his Twitter. You guys are looking for updates on the game. And then, of course, the next week they come in. I normally go onto his posts and troll. Today I asked for more Zoe buffs because I think Zoe should be buffed. Just a joke, but I play so much Zoe. And I need all the help I can get at this age, I ain't gonna lie. So we have the lead, but the issue is the Nocturne. And having no flash, if Nocturne looks for the engage with our W down, we're kind of cooked. So Faker, every time he's putting out these Ws, is risking it all. So he's trying to hover off vision, just in case that Nocturne is hovering around. He gets his lane prio and he moves across to help with your jungler. This is how you need to be playing the mid lane right now. Get that prio, move across towards the objective, help your jungle. You can't just sit mid and do nothing. Even Chovy these days. Chovy's having the split of his life, but he is going more towards helping his jungle and setting these objectives up over farm even. Just because of, especially early with those feats of strengths. The win rate boosts you get from those boots are really solid, so it's definitely worth like sacking one wave or risking a couple of CS to try and confirm that. We're about 10 CS per minute, clocking it up. Great comp. Only 1 kill to 1 kill this game. Very slow tempo for Korean solo queue. We get the Brutalizer. Wing back into lane. Should be getting Lucidity boots as well. I'd love to see another all-in. Problem is, we're just waiting for that flash cooldown. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, can you climb at the moment with a champion like Zed? And the answer is hell yes, you can. You can climb with whatever you want, guys. Like, a champion like Zed that's just hovering above 50% win rate, of course you can climb. The issue is you probably can't pick it every game because of comps, because you're going to force full AD comps. But man, like, there is such good ways to get around tank comps these days, because you're able to go for things like the Black Cleave. You're able to get heaps of armor pen. I don't think in solo queue, especially in the lower games below Diamond, you forcing full AD comps matters as much. We have to commit there for the cannon, and we end up taking a 20% chunk. The full AD comp, I don't think it's a big of an issue as most people put out. If you are a little bit stressed about it, just have a one champion Zed and then have another thing like Echo or something, or Diana, or like another all-in assassin that suits your style. Go for a 2 champion pool to try and climb. Do I think Zed might be getting some playtime this year in competitive? Yes. Zek has already been able to pull it out. It's one of the best Talia counters in the game. You can counter champions, especially now, you can counter champions like Ahri and stuff as well if you're very talented. There's plenty of room to pick these AD assassins to completely mog your opponent. As we get a TP into the top side. Covers absolutely no distance there, but just trying to fight for the blue buff with his team. Finds the Orianna. Interesting he doesn't go for the ultimate there. Playing super reserve, they have to give the blue. And I wonder why we don't go for the all-in. Does he not think he has the damage there? Maybe he's scared of the Nocturne ultimate. Plays it safe, just pokes her out of lane. And is going to take more of a CS and experience advantage. All of these small things. And this Orianna is going for roller setups. She's going to be so useless later on. Getting small XP leads, guys. Like small CS leads like this. Like 20 and half a level. It's all going to come down to when he drops into the side lane in the next few minutes. That's when you're able to press your advantage. Like, the tiny leads will mean so much in the later stages of your game. Where in your brain, you're like, oh, it's only half a level. It's only like 10 CS. They will eventually come crunch time where that actually matters. So don't get too pressed about always looking for kills because, as we know, kills are overrated in League of Legends. Especially early kills like First Blood. Faker gets a little bit of poke off. But Talia ends up going down to the Nocturne ultimate. Orianna picks up another assist. Yeah, don't get pressed about killing people all the time. Kills are fun. But you'll get them eventually if you're putting these leads in. As Faker goes in. Gets some autos. Stacks the Conqueror. Gets the ultimate. Ori pops the ultimate. Qs don't land. That could have been a solo easily. And he's going to have to use the W to get out there. He just got pressed a little bit by the jungle and the Orianna ult. Of course, Roa making her so tanky. But she has no TP. Now we're going to shove another wave and get a big old lead. And I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do in the side lane later on. Get a plate for himself as well. Shaved my beard today, by the way. This is a #1 clipper. I asked my Twitch chat earlier, and I'm asking you on the YouTube comments, how old do I look? Do I look my age? I'm 30. Some people said I look 37 to 42. And it actually hurt a little bit. I thought I at least looked my age, if not slightly under. So now I'm considering getting Botox. Or maybe my Twitch chat was just trolling me as per usual. Because they're jealous of my good looks and doper defeating skills. We head back into base, get the Lucidity boots. Ezreal doing well under the bot lane, and now is the swap. As I said, 14 minutes. Perfect time to go into the side lane. Are you able to do this in your lower elo games? Yes. Just tell your bot lane, hey, can we swap? Are they always going to swap with you? No. Sometimes they're stupid. Sometimes they're delinquents. And they're going to say, get out of my lane. That's my lane. I'm bot lane. Okay, cool. Just chill. Go back mid. Doesn't need to be a big deal. But at least push for it. So I feel like we're not even up experience now because of how the game's played out. At least we have this isolated bot lane. Faker goes in. Stacks the Conqueror, but dropping really low. Does have the ultimate. Qs. We have nothing. Just poking her out. Ezreal comes through. Puts her down to 20% health. And now we can posture and take the tower for ourselves. No Nocturne ultimate as well. Nice chill. Beautiful calculated game by the GOAT himself. I saw a YouTube video on GBay99 today about the death of League in esports. Esports more specifically. And he's just talking about how esports is on the down and down. And he related it to his Twitter experience. That Twitter is really not what it used to be. It used to be a community for pro players to show their streams, show the upcoming games, all the type of stuff, and the sense of community has died down. I definitely agree. Like, I don't use Twitter or, like, League subreddit to get information or follow players anymore. It seems pointless. Do I think that's why esports is dying? I don't think it really contributed that much to it. I think any game that goes on for so long, players, when there's no new influx of players, it's always going to eventually go down. Orianna gets the ultimate, going to take out Talia. Faker, I mean, this should just be autos, right? Gets the kill onto the Orianna. As ultimate now, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of revenge on the Lulu. Doesn't go in because of the Gwen. It's just the nature of how the timeline of esports goes. The thing I'm most nervous about in the next few years is when Faker retires. I feel like Faker internationally has such a pull that international events without him... Oh, Gwen ult, Faker ult. Faker has to land absolutely everything here. Going down to 1L, does get the Qs. And out of vision. Nocturne's ultimating top anyway. I'm scared to see what happens to esports at that point. I would love for esports and League to be flourishing for another 10 years, of course. Do I think it's possible? I don't think so. It'll be a slow burn and there'll always be a sense of community and esports core, but the viewers will just slowly go down and down year on year until either League of Legends 2 comes out, a different MOBA happens, maybe the MMO is a different class. It's not going to compete with League. MMO is going to be a grind fest, no competitive. This League competitive scene is just Riot's marketing for the games. Like, that's not going to go anywhere, but I am nervous for when Faker retires, if he does. The fact that some older players are still able to keep going, you know, you've got Faker, myself. It just goes to show, just because we're a little bit older... Thank you. Us older guys, you know, we can still bring it. Don't rule us out. I'd love to insert myself for 0. Black Cleaver done. So he is doing this more Bruiser Zed setup. You're probably going to find more success with this. There's a lot more room to maneuver with. If you go in and tank up a little bit, like you've still got, in the later stages, 3k plus health. Especially if you mix something in with like an Edge of Night. Or 0 by Faker early. Almost 10 CS per minute. And 100% you could run this with a Gwen top, Rumble top. AP bot lane, AP jungle, you got Nidalee, Lilia as well. There's so many good combos with Zed. Is it the best AD mid lane in slot right now? No. In pro play, it's probably Corki. Maybe Jace. Chovy played Renekton today, like those type of picks, but it's up there. It's top 5. Has to be in a comp. Is Orianna baiting for Nocturne, or is she free? I think Faker calls it. Not worth his risk. It's like a slight lead for red side here. 4 kills to 7. Only 1k gold separates them, but 2 dragons. Get a little bit of stuttering. Ezreal's farming so well, but still no kills. We'll soak up the blue buff, get a little bit of energy return. It's interesting he groups for this because he has TP. He could be pushing that side lane, but just wants to make sure there's no fight that breaks out. And he has to burn a 5-minute summoner for 0. Lulu has been nerfed 3 times in a row, I believe. Things like Lulu Zeri have just been so prominent. The stats in solo queue don't lie, so Riot are just having to continuously nerf it. Looking like my 8th trip to Korea, I won't be playing Lulu. Third dragon. I mean, he's playing this fight really front on as an assassin. Normally assassins, you want to be trying to play on a side angle to try and split the enemy team and get a different angle onto their backline. But Faker just getting vision control and making sure this objective is ours. Sweeps it, starts it. Like, he is not fucking around here. He just needs to start it. Third dragon. Trying to think how Faker at the moment. So we get a Nocturne ultimate, but Faker has eyes only on the Orianna. Goes straight onto the Lulu. Goes onto the backline of the Zeri. Pops back. Not able to do much other than zone. Ezreal finds his 2 kills. Should mean the Dragon and the Atacant setup. I'm trying to think how Faker situates himself at the moment in mid lane is. Chovy is the best mid in the world at the moment. No questions asked. Then you've got Zeka playing very well this year. Knight in the LPL and Doinby are having solid years. Rookie's okay. Knight's kind of getting griefed by his team. BDD's having a solid performance, but like his team sucks. Gwen is just showing us what you can do. Almost takes the team out. Faker, I would say, is top 5. Top 7 easily. But I'm struggling to find anybody that's going to come up with an answer to Chovy here internationally. He's having the most impressive ultimate backup again. Orianna pops the ultimate. Faker flashing, getting the kill. Level 15. And as I said, if you get the experience, if you get the CS, like, the kills will come on this champ. Level 16 Zed ult with the cleaver. Like, you're just going to have to get ultimate a couple of orders. Maybe a WQ. Like, it's going to be very easy to get these kills. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video today. Very chilled, laid back. I know a lot of you guys watch me during your lunch breaks, toilet breaks, whatever. Gonna drop top side. A little bit of a risk staying here. Should be E. There you go. Back to base. And you just get so much haste with this setup as well. I think we've... I was going to say, I think we're safe, but I feel like whenever Gwen is like 1 health, I'll go in for the finishing auto and I just die. Out of absolutely nowhere. So we continue with this Bruiser setup. Enemy Orianna is just not having the game, is she? Roa into Leandries. I can't justify doing this setup on these mages. I feel like you're just doing this and hoping your team is able to facilitate a carry. You never end up doing much damage. A summoner has reconnected. Even on Victor and stuff, and especially Ahri, this tank setup is so cringe. Unless you're a pro player, I don't want to see it. Play solo queue for yourself and go for the carry. Like, why are you putting your cards in other people's hands to do the damage? Do it yourself, buddy. (5-0), 220 CS. Carry of the game is still going to go to Ezreal in these late game fights. He's going to be dishing most of the damage, and Faker just needs to take out... Pretty much needs to take out the Zeri. Goes in. Trying to stack the Conqueror. Ultimate. Jesus, 1 health. The Soraka ended up going down. We weren't able to get the kill onto the Gwen. How crazy it is a 5-0 Zed can't solo kill a 1-in-6 Gwen. Even with like that Soraka help. As we get the Spear of Sojourn now, Bruiser build in full effect. Late game coming in now. 6 kills at 13. Very slow, chill pace to the game. And they're going to go for a T1 Baron call. 26 minutes into the game. Enemy team spot it. That means get the hell out of dodge. All about vision here. We have our ultimate and level 16. He's trying to find the Zeri. Problem is if he goes in and gets Lulu polymorphed, you just get blown up. Not much counterplay to that. I feel like watching an assassin game like this, where it's not necessarily insane kills and damage, but just like methodical map movement, you learn a lot. You learn a lot to like where to be, where to press leads. Nocturne hits the ultimate. She's gonna come in. Faker has to drop back. They're definitely and as I said, if you don't kill this Zeri with that Lulu, she will 1v9 the fight. And that's going to mean Soul is denied. Unless Faker can find... There's no way we go for this steal, right? They're looking to play the fight afterwards. Is that Spectator? Is that Orianna just like DCing during the game? Ezreal pops off with a double. They deny the soul, but Jesus Christ. Normally when these players are perma-DCing with like non-Korean names, normally they're Chinese players having issues with their VPNs. CS per minute has definitely dropped, but going to be able to push this bot side out. Look for the side lane tower. Ultimate. Gwen landing the ultimate. Faker with the flash. How is that legal? How is that legal that you're not able to take that champion down? I know she has ninja tabis and is leveled, but like... no way it should be that close. As normally from here, you'll go into Seralda's Grudge. You can go into something like a Serpent's Fang. TP into the Baron. They do get the Baron. And they do get the Zeri. Zeri's able to take down absolutely no one. And I love to see my GOAT just slowly taking the game in. No ultimate for either of these players. No flick. Max level. 30 minutes into the game. Is he going for a GA here? Could be a Death Dance, but I feel like GA is probably the more... 1v1 take 27. Bro's just ulting on cooldown just for fun. Didn't even fully commit for that. I reckon he could have got it, but he just didn't even risk it. Soraka! Guys. Flash by the Zeri. Oh my god, bro. Stay, bro. 31 minutes into the game, 9 kills to 20. Darius, I haven't seen much Darius this game, but he is doing work in the side lane. Dodging and maneuvering. Has ultimate again, and they are able to take down the Zeri. Going in, has the snapback. Thank God he didn't get polymorphed, and Ezreal picks up his 7th kill of the game. That's probably all they're going to be able to get here as he heads back in. It's a death dance. Like, it's like a full Bruiser setup. 3k health. 170 armor. We're just going to steamroll into their base. Nocturnal comes out, looking to get the Talia. And I'm pretty sure they can just run it straight into their base. Orianna's overextended. TPs are coming out. Faker ult up in 5. Nice, slow, methodical Zed game from the absolute GOAT. Thank you so much for watching today, gentlemen. Hopefully you have enjoyed this nice, chill game of Faker on Zed. Few solo kills. A little bit of dribble and banter out of me as per usual. I'm praying we get to see Faker on his Zed once more this year in pro play. Does T1 trust Faker's old man hands? I guess only time will tell. As we retain the perfect game. 7-0-10. Thank you for watching, gentlemen. I love you as per usual. And I'll see you all next one. Peace.